Hi, a very good morning to Mr. Zaril and all my friends. I am Lizzie Hao from Group P, and today I'm going to share a speech about the top 3 most dangerous and hazardous jobs in 2019. So, first of all, there are uncountable risks and hazards that we will face in our daily life. For instance, for some workers, the risk of serious injury or death is never far from their thought. People go to work every day and expose their life at risk, whether they are working construction, driving a truck, or flying a plane. But what jobs are the most dangerous? Actually, this can be determined by its fatality rate. The Bureau of Labor Statistics calculates the fatality rate of a job by taking the number of deaths per 100,000 full-time workers. So, these methods ensures that every possession is represented correctly, no matter how large or small the industry is. So as a university student, we need to be alert of the latest trend around the world because we have to start working right after we graduate from our university. All the jobs listed in the most dangerous jobs are relatively well paid in high salaries. So let's start with one of the 3 most dangerous and hazardous jobs in 2019, which are aircraft pilots and flight engineers. Firstly, according to Ken Kolosh, the statistics manager for the National Safety Council, the working range of aircraft pilots and flight engineers may differ according to its related field. Pilots are specifically trained professions who operates aircraft or helicopters to carry out a variety of tasks. Most of them are airline pilots and flight engineers who transport passengers and cargo from one place to another. So commercial pilots are those who are involved in spreading seeds for reforestation and dusting crops, and this can avoid the need for wheel vehicle that might damage the crops. They also test aircraft before taking off, fly, and deliver passengers and cargo to across areas not served by regular airlines. Next, they also help to track criminals as the air support division makes more sense when seen from above. It gives a police a bird's eye view of criminal activity on the ground. So, furthermore, flight engineers are those who involved in some larger airplanes by monitoring and operating system and instructions. But this position is no longer essential as computers are replacing this position in the future. Do you guys know whether the pilots can wear glasses or not? The answer is yes. The pilot must have 100% perfect vision with or without glasses, and he or she must have a good physical condition where there is no any minor nor major physical limitations that could arrest him or her performance. They must be able to perform fast reaction as they need to make decisions accurately under pressure. Next, the salaries of aircraft pilots may differ depends on its danger outcomes. The reason why pilots is a dangerous job is because airline pilots carry the responsibility for the safety and lives of the passengers and the cargoes. These responsibilities may cause them to face health issues which are related to stress. Majority of aircraft-related death actually comes from plane crashes, which are caused by the condition of the airplane and the bad weather condition, which we cannot avoid. So the average salary of pilots and flight engineers is $152,000 annually, which is around 639,000 ringgit Malaysia. The salary may vary based on the experience and the pilot's educational level. So after that, fishers and related fishing workers are the second of top 3 most dangerous and hazardous jobs in 2019. The reason that makes fishers and related fishing workers a dangerous job is because of its working range. Fisher and related fishing workers are those who catch various types of fish. The fish they catch usually are for animal feed, for human food, and they are also used for bait. They catch marine life by using traps, nets, and fishing rods. Well, in the fishing boat captain is a person in charge to run the whole fishing operations, and he decides where to fish and when to return to port. So majority of fishers are self-employed, but some of them are seasonal workers. This means that they work only on summer and stop working during winter or raining day. They also work for long hours at strenuous tasks. No education requirement is needed for fisher, where most skills are learned on the job. Next, during larger operations, fishers are required to work on larger boats for weeks or even for months. They have to use machines to move large catches, while some fishers who work on small boats will use nets to trap lobster and crabs from the sea. Their working range also includes sorting, packing, and storing the catch in holes with salt and ice to keep them fresh. Next, they need to measure the size of the speed of the fish they caught to make sure that they comply with the legal size. Then they will return undesirable catches back to the water as to protect the fish populations from overfishing until they reach spawning size. The danger that fishers and related fishing workers may face are unpredictable. For your information, Titanic is the most famous sunken ship. It sank because of two major reasons, which are the captain of Titanic, Captain Smith, and the low quality of the rivets. There are 3 million rivets which were made of substandard iron were used to hold the sections of the Titanic together. When Titanic hit the iceberg, the huge force of impact caused the heads of the rivets broke and the section of Titanic were torn apart. So if high quality of iron rivets were used to build Titanic, the ship may not have sunk. Next, Captain Smith ignored the iceberg warning from his crews, and he did not slow down the ship, and finally the ship hit the iceberg and it sunk in 2 hours and 40 minutes. So the risk of death and accidents of fisher are also caused by bad weather conditions and gear defects. The average salary of a commercial fisher is around $30,000 annually, which is around 125,000 ringgit Malaysia. These are the reasons which make fishers and related fishing workers one of the most dangerous jobs. So let's continue with the last job, which are logging workers. Lastly, the top 3 most dangerous and hazardous jobs in 2019 are logging workers. A reason that makes logging workers one of the most dangerous and hazardous jobs in 2019 is its working range. For your information, logging workers need to use heavy machines to cut down trees and haul logs to the dead area, differentiate between different species of logs before loading them onto trucks. Most of the loggers' work involves lifting and climbing. It requires a good physical stamina and strength. They need to transport logs by using logging equipment besides cutting trees down. So most of the loggers hold a high school diploma. Besides, safety training is also very important for them as their job requires more skills. The dangers that loggers may face are usually accidents that they face during their work. So, logging workers recorded the highest fatality rate, which are 2,449 injuries over 100,000 workers in 2019. The statistic is according to Blanchard D. So the main reason that cause accidents happen in logging industries are caused by equipment defects and tree falling on workers, which cause injuries on them. The average salary of a logging worker is around $36,000 to $41,000 annually, which is around 150,000 ringgit until 171,000 ringgit in Ringgit Malaysia. The salary for loggers may vary based on the specialized task. So that's all for me. The conclusion is, it is always good to know more about the jobs before we start working, as we will have better approach to it. The top 3 most dangerous and hazardous jobs in 2019 are aircraft pilots and flight engineers, fisher and related fishing workers, and logging workers. Nowadays, typical parents always encourage their son and daughter to pursue professions in medical field or business, because these jobs are prominent in society and often offers a higher salary compared to the listed jobs that I mentioned just now. Yet, we can still achieve greatness no matter which job we choose to do, because everyone is perfect from their way. That's all from me. I'm Lizzie Howe from Group P. Stay home and stay safe. Thank you.